start at your own time.
All right, awesome. Okay, again, a very good morning to everyone and welcome to today's Marketing Fest hosted by Exabyte. So my topic today is really an introduction to advertising on Facebook. Yeah. So just very quickly, for those of you here in the call, I was here since early this morning because I just wanted to get to know the people in the crowd and just to also familiarize myself with the system and learn about the other speakers' content as well. So for those of you here in the call, could you just type in the chat box where are you dialing in from? I'm interested to know that. I know some of you are like from Philippines. Where else are you dialing in from? Could you type in the chat box? Malaysia, yay! Jakarta, Singapore, wow, we are an international crowd, yeah? I am actually from Penang, beautiful Penang Island, yeah, where you have all the char kway teows and the durians and all the good stuff. Great, awesome. All right. And so today's topic is really marketing. So we have Google advertisement and then we have got SEO. So it's about marketing and bringing traffic, right? So today my topic is really about how to get started on a Facebook advertising platform, yeah? Okay, so let's get started. Okay, again, good morning. My name is Vivian. I'm a Facebook certified trainer. I'm also an e-usahawan certified master trainer. So as a trainer, what I do is what I love to do really is I love to simplify complex topics so that it's easier for audiences to understand, learn, and retain the information. At the same time, I also help my clients to manage their Facebook advertising campaign so that they don't have to always worry about not getting enough customers. Okay, now my goal today is really to give all of you here an overview of the Facebook advertising platform, what type of audiences then you can target, where will your ads show once you buy the ads, the media buy from the Facebook platform, and a little bit about Facebook's advertising policies. Okay, now at the end of today, what I want to do is also, I want to share with you that this month, Facebook Malaysia actually has a Facebook Malaysia's Digital Marketing Associate Certification Program, especially for the Malaysian audience. But those of you from other countries, no worries. This is a global badge. It's recognized globally. You too can get yourself certified with the DMA badge. But for those of you here from Malaysia, we have very, very good news for you. So do stay tuned until the end where I'll share with you what the good news are, okay? Okay, so let's get started, yeah? So in this section, what we're going to talk about is how about advertising in Ads Manager, the best practices for setting up your audience, as well as selecting ad placement and formats, okay? So the first topic here is advertising in Ads Manager. Just also to know about the audience here and how familiar you are with the platform. Could you type a 1 in the chat box if you have used Ads Manager? You're running ads using Ads Manager. Could you type a 1? Okay, great. Many of you have, yeah? Awesome. Never. Okay, that's good. So I will try to actually cover everyone. So just for those of you here, right? So you can run ads from Ads Manager. Now, the other way to run your ads is really from within your Facebook business page. The very common and the easy way to really do it is really to click on the boost button. Okay, so that's how one of the easy way that you can create run an ads. Okay, so although when you click on the boost button, it's still an ads, but it doesn't offer you as much customization as what the Ads Manager offer. So on Ads Manager, okay, and Ads Manager, think of it as your one-stop center for advertising with Facebook. Okay, you can do everything within Ads Manager. So what can you do with Ads Manager? First thing, you can create ads. Okay, you can manage multiple ads. You can evaluate your ad performance. What if you click on the boost button, what is still considered an ads, there are actually less options for you to choose when you click on the boost button. Okay, now with a boosted post, what you optimize is really what we call the page likes, the comments, the shares, what we call engagement, as well as your overall brand awareness. But with Facebook ads, you can actually optimize for a lot more things, such as if you have an app, you can optimize for app installation. If you are doing e-commerce, you want to have more sales, you optimize for conversions. If you want people to watch your video, you can optimize for video views and etc. Okay, so with Ads Manager also, you are able to design your ads in a step-by-step process. Whereas if you click on the boost button, basically what you do is really boosting a post that you have already published on your page. Okay, oops. All right. Okay. So the other thing with Ads Manager also, you are able to evaluate the performance of your ads. You can see results at the account level for a view of how your different campaigns are doing, in terms of how many conversions you're getting, how many people are viewing your ads, how many times Facebook users have viewed your ads, and so on and so forth. Okay. So these are the tools that you can use, and you can actually download it from the App Store or get it from your Google Play Store. And if you are on your Facebook profile, how you access your Ads Manager is really via the URL, facebook.com//Ads Manager. Okay, so you can actually go there. Okay. All right. Now, from Facebook Ads Manager, right, what you can do is you can actually publish and manage your ads on the different Facebook groups of applications such as the Facebook. You can also publish your ads onto Instagram, Messenger, Facebook's audience network, as well as WhatsApp. So I saw someone was asking a question whether you can send your Google ads to your WhatsApp web browser, right? So within Facebook, what you could do is you can actually send a customer who click on your ads within the ads within Facebook to your WhatsApp. So they can actually click to send you a WhatsApp message. Okay, just for your information. Now, so there are 3 steps for you to create an ad on Facebook. So now, first thing first, why are you running an ad? Okay, you must understand for you to run advertisement in the Facebook platform, what is it that you want to achieve? So you need to identify the objective of your campaign that will align with your business goals. And we're going to talk in more detail what are the different objectives available for you. There are a total of 11 objectives within the Facebook ads platform, and we're going to go through that a little bit later. So once you have identified the objective of your campaign, what you want to achieve, whether is it you want more sales, you want more views, you want more traffic to your website, the next thing is you want to now decide who you want to show your ads to. Who do you want these ads to reach out to? So that is where you define your audience. And finally, you would then add your media and your copy. Media here is really your image, whether it's an image or video, and your copy is really your text, and the copywriting is involved here. Okay, now there are 3 levels of an ad campaign. So if you go into your ads manager, this is what you will see. Okay, so the first level, what we call the campaign level, is where you will then choose your ad objective. And if you recall, this ad objective must align with your marketing or your business goals. Okay, and once you have decided on that objective, the next level is what we call the ad set level. And at the ad set level is where you can choose your audience. Audience here is really the people you want to deliver your ads to, who you want to see your ads, which group of people you want your ads to be delivered to, placements, which means where your ads will appear, as well as you can also set your budget at the ad set level. All right. Now, the third level is what we call the ad level. And here is where you will put together the ad itself. Okay, so you will then, once you put it up, you will be able to actually preview how it looks like before you publish it for it to go live. Okay, so how to access Ads Manager. So for today's purposes, we won't be showing you a step-by-step, but what you see on this screen is essentially how it will look like to you. Okay, so it's actually fairly simple to build an ads in the Ads Manager. But what matters is really the strategy, right? So marketing, what we're doing here is we are setting up a marketing campaign, but it should also fit into your overall business strategy. Whether, should you incorporate Google Ads, whether you should also, deploy SEO and etc. So it's really your whole business strategy. Okay, so you go to Ads Manager, facebook.com/ads manager, click on the create button, and this is how you can first create your ads. Okay, so let's go through a little bit about the ad objective. So let's give an example. So let's say you are someone who is in charge of marketing, and you've given this objective of marketing a new line of products for your company, and you want more people to know about it. So which ad objective would you choose? So on the screen here, there's two objectives, right? Brand awareness and reach. So in your mind, okay, if you want people to know about this new line of products, which objective would you choose? Would it be brand awareness? Would it be reach? Anyone wants to type in the chat box? We've got reach, we've got brand awareness. Great, thanks for the engagement. Okay, so the answer is awareness. Okay, the answer is awareness, specifically brand awareness, because the goal is to let people know about your new line of products. So what we want to do is we will choose the objective of brand awareness. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Now let's look at another objective. So the other objective is called reach. Okay, so the reach actually allows you to maximize the number of people who see your ads. Okay, so you choose this objective when you want your ads to be shown to as many Facebook users as you want. Okay, so with this objective, you can actually maximize your reach over the full length of your campaign. At the same time, you're also able to use location targeting to reach people within a certain radius of your business location. So for example, if you are like a brick and mortar, you have a restaurant. So what you want to do is you really want to specify the ads to be shown to a different, to a certain radius kilometer from where your shop is, right? So like in Penang, okay, Penang Island people, we are very unique, very interesting. So those staying from the south would very much prefer to stay in the south, although traveling to the north is not so far, but that's how we are. So if you're from Penang, you're from Ban Lepas, or you're from the Tanjung Bunga side, right? So what you want to do is you just want to make sure that your ads are shown to people living from, say 5 to 8 kilometers from where your brick and mortar shops is. Okay. Yeah, some interesting facts here. So now the next level here is on the ad set level. Now at the ad set level is where you can choose your audience. So what group of people do you want your ad to reach? Okay, over here you're also able to choose placement, where you want your ads to appear. Is it Instagram only? Is it Facebook only? Or you want it to be shown in both Facebook or Instagram? You're also able to set your campaign budget, as well as the schedule of where you want, when you want your ads campaign to stop. So for example, if you're running a campaign for an event, okay, so there is a date where you want to cut off that campaign. So you can also set the end date for your campaign, right? So very quickly, here is where you can just create your audience. We're going to talk a bit more about the different types of audience available for you as well in a little bit, okay? All right, so we talk about your audience right now. You can create custom audiences. Okay, so there are 3 types of audience. So we're going to talk about custom audience a little bit here. Now you can create a custom audience from your website data, from your app activity, or even from your own customer file. Okay, you can also create a new audience. So a new audience meaning from the core audience within the Facebook users database. You can create them based on gender, their age range, their location and interest. Again, based on what you want to promote, what you want to sell, what your business goals are. So this is where running digital marketing is so exciting. It's so different from the traditional marketing of TV ads, radio ads, and print, right? Where you are really guessing who might be looking at your content, and your messaging is actually very broad, right? So with digital marketing, you're actually able to write a message very specific to a single audience. So even if it's the same product, if you could segment your audience to the different age group, I always like to give this example. So let's say you have like a beauty products, right? You would probably I mean, those from within the age of 25 to maybe 55 will still be your audience, but those audience from 25 to 35, they may have a different concern. They may want a whitening, not so much of anti-aging. So your messaging to this group of audience would be using the products. They will get more, two shades fairer skin. For those within the age of 45, 55, is really to, reduce those fine lines or those crow's feet. So you want to understand your audience so that you're able to craft that message that talks directly to them, and with that you are able to have a more successful campaign. There's now within Ads Manager to track and evaluate as part of digital. Within Ads Manager, also able to use the audience meter for you to see whether your audience size is too broad, whether it's too narrow, or just right. And you ask, so not sending your gender, the everyone in Malaysia. So as I check, you will. One thing you may want to know is that a broad audience means that you can reach more people, but potentially they are not the right audience for you. Okay. Now, if you were to go for a narrow audience, it could mean it's going to cost you more to reach those people. But then it will be more quality. Again, the ideal size really depends on what you want to achieve when you run that campaign. Okay. All right. Is placement. So in Facebook, you have this option of automatic placements. So when you turn on automatic placement, what it means is that you are allowing the Facebook apps, okay, to run the ads across Facebook apps as well as its audience network. Okay, now automatic placement actually uses Facebook's AI and machine learning algorithm to deliver your ad content to where and when it's most likely for you to achieve the campaign result that you want at the lowest possible cost. Okay, so let's have a look. So these are some of the placement that is available to you when you run an ads in the Ads Manager. So you have ads that shows to Facebook, Instagram, stories, audience network, in article, and etc. So these are some of the options that you have. Okay, so once you have and concluded the ad set level, we're going to move on to the third level, which is the ad level. So in the ad level is where you choose how you want your ad to appear. What are the media that you will use? Is it going to be image? Is it going to be video? This is also where you will write your post. Okay, this is also where you write your post. You're also able to integrate off Facebook activities. Okay, both things that happens off of Facebook, like food, etc. So you can add these activities onto Facebook, and then you're able to then also build audiences based on these transactions. Okay, so after you have made those selections, your ad will then go through a review process, okay, to make sure that it follows Facebook's advertising policies, and it will start running once it is approved. Okay, so you just click on that confirm button, it will then go through that review process. It would typically take, if it's an active account, you've been running ads for some time, it would take about an hour sometimes for it to be approved. Yeah, so if it's a new account, it takes so very quick. These are some of the basics that we've talked about. So you can create ads using our Ads Manager. Okay, so do consider your customer journey and your marketing funnel. And you're able, as an advertiser, you can decide who you want to reach with your ads, where you want them to be displayed, what creative to use, and what actions you want those people who have seen your ads to take. The actions would be either visiting your website, watch your video, give you the information so you can contact them. So those are the different objectives that you want when you run your campaign. Okay. Oh, let me see. I saw someone commenting that it's lagging. Am I lagging? Is it okay?
Actually, yes, you are just a little bit here and there. We can hear you
Okay.
on and off, but maybe in this situation, you could try and speak a little bit slower. So if it lags, at least you can still catch bits
Okay.
and pieces.
Let me just see my connection. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
connected. Yep. Okay, so I'll speak a little bit slower. So
Yeah, just a
is
tiny bit.
this, yeah, is it a little bit better?
Yeah, because even if it lags, we can still catch like whatever you're saying just because you're speaking a little
Okay.
bit slower. So it's stretching it.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. Yeah, otherwise I'll be like sort of talking to myself over here. It's so different when doing, events like this when you're in a room versus when you're just you and the laptop, right?
Understand, because you're pretty much talking to yourself and like the only
Yeah.
feedback you get is from the audience. Like even this morning or so, we had a bit of a technical issue when I came on. So yeah.
Yeah, and even, yeah, so like full screen, sharing screen. So yeah.
Okay, so someone actually suggested that if you're still lagging, you can actually turn off your webcam and then everybody will just see your
Yeah, how
presentation
about let's
screen. Do
do
you want
that?
to try that? Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, let's try that. Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. Okay, so if I'm still lagging, just ping me and we'll see what we can do. Okay. All right, so the next topic we're going to talk about is best practices of setting up an audience. So we've talked a little bit about the campaign structure. What we're going to talk now is an audience, okay? Okay, very common answers that I get when I ask customers, right? Who are your target audience? Who do you want to reach? So typically the answer is, of course, I want to reach everyone. My audience is, I want to sell to everyone, which is all right, okay? But what you want to do is when you plan your advertising campaign, what you want is you want to show the ads to people who are more likely to take an action after seeing your ads. Okay, if you show your ads to everyone without thinking about who might take an action, you wouldn't be spending your advertising budget effectively. So you do need to ask yourself, right? The people who will have a need for the product or service that you are advertising. Okay, think about what kind of characteristic they have in common. So this group of people will become your target audience. It's also about building what we normally call this customer avatar. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to understand your customer avatar so that you're able to better target this group of audience for you to have a better conversion rate. Okay, so again, the unique advantage of digital advertising is really that it gives you more control over who will see your ads. And knowing your target audience really also again you to create that right message to deliver it to the right people. Okay, right message and right people will give you the right results. Okay, so when you create ads on Facebook, defining your target audience is really an important step. Okay, so in this step, right, you don't want to choose, you just want to specify the characteristic of in terms of their age, the demographics, as well as location, for example. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, so it's much better now. Thank you so much. All right, let's talk about the 3 different kinds of audiences that is available to you when you use your Facebook Ads Manager. Now, the first kind of audiences is what we call the core audience. Now, the core audience is that is available to you within the Facebook platform. It means that you are able to reach to everyone that uses Facebook. Okay, you are able to then manually select who you want to reach in terms of defining the location. Again, if you have a brick and mortar business, where, for example, restaurant, what you want is you also really want to select your location. You don't want to, You know, I recently I was browsing through Facebook and I was targeted with an ads for someone selling poultry. Okay, so I contacted the seller and I, if you deliver to Bayan Lepas, and I was told, oh, sorry, we only deliver in Klang Valley. So can you imagine you're actually wasting your advertising budget if you don't set it up correctly? So this is what you want to do. When you do run your campaign, make sure you set it up correctly. In the core audience, if you only service a certain locality, select your location. If you also, if there are certain age group of customer that you target, you can also select that, gender, interest, as well as behavior. Okay, so that is your core audience. Now, the second kind of audience is what we call the custom audience. For you to create your custom audience, you can actually upload a contact list for you to connect with them. Now, a custom audience allows you to really reconnect, okay, with people who have already shown interest in your business. For example, those who have visited your business website or they have subscribed to a newsletter, so you are able to do a retargeting. You can show them the ads of your services and your products again. Okay. So a custom audience is actually comprises of contacts that you already have the data about. For example, like an email address or a phone number. So that's how you can create a custom audience. And the third kind of audience that is available to you on the Facebook platform is what we call the lookalike audience. Now, lookalike audience allows the advertiser to reach new people who are similar to existing customer or people who have bought a product or service from you. So lookalike audience are really useful in the sense that they are high quality. So what they do is that for you to create your audience, you do need information about existing customers. Okay, so for example, if you have a list of existing customers who have bought from you, so what you want to do is you can then upload this information up onto Facebook, and Facebook will be able to find a group of people with similar characteristics. Okay. Now, core audience is really the default section in Ads Manager. You will have to go through a few steps. So what you do is you can specify the demographics. Okay, what some things you can specify are the demographics. We talk about this, the interests and the behaviors. Okay, and you will then, your ads will then be shown to people that match these characteristics, right? So let's look at an example over here. So the example on the screen here is about a company called the Lucky Shrub. So Lucky Shrub is really a garden design company in Arizona. So the marketing team here wants to start a campaign to attract people who may be interested in their garden architecture as well as design services. Now, the audience that they have identified are those from between the age of 34 and 55, living in and around the Tucson, Arizona area. They also must be interested in garden design as well as home improvement. Okay, so with this in mind, they will then generate an ads, create a core audience for their advertising campaign. Right? Now, a custom audience, as we've discussed, allows you to reach people who are already aware of your business or the product that you're advertising. Now, you can create custom audience, okay, from your customer files. For example, your CRM, from website activity, meaning those who have visited your website, they are browsing a certain products, a certain category, or even those who have taken certain action but have not completed the action, you're also able to retarget them using custom audience. Okay. So let's look at an example how this works. So this is the company Lucky Shrub. This is Lucky Shrub's website. So the marketing team, right, believes that people that have spent time on project design. So if you look at the website, right, there are different tabs. So there's the home, there is the projects tab, the customer testimony, etc., plans for sale. So the marketing team has determined that those who spend time on the project design pages are very likely to be interested in designing a garden. So what they want to do now is they want to now focus on this segment of the audience, and they want to encourage them to submit a contact form while excluding the people who have not visited the design page. Okay, so this is how you create your custom audience. So the marketing team can do this to this level of detail in custom audience. And you're able to do that because they have integrated what we call a Facebook pixel. So a Facebook pixel is really a piece of code that they've installed in their website. Okay, so the pixel actually tracks of Facebook activity. So if you install this pixel in your website, what happens is that this pixel will then send information and activity of users on your website back to Facebook, so that they're able to help you to create your custom audience and for you to create more optimized campaign. Okay, just a note here is that implementation of the pixel is not within today's sharing. Okay, so we'll share with you where you can find more materials about installing the pixel on your website. Okay, now the third type of audience here is the lookalike audience. Now, lookalike audience is closely related to your custom audience. A lot of people ask me, Vivian, I want a lookalike audience of people who have visited, like the famous website and who have purchased that. Can I do that? So for you to create your lookalike audience, you must first have a source audience, like your custom audience. So you can't create lookalike audience from someone else's audience. You must create a lookalike audience from your own audience. Okay, so Facebook will then identify the common qualities of people in that source audience. For example, people who have purchased a certain products, a certain value from you if you're running an e-commerce store, and they will then use this source audience to find similar people to target your ads to. Okay, so in the case of Lucky Shark, so the marketing team now, what they want to do is they want to reach more people. So what they did was they then created a lookalike audience of people similar to those who have visited a section of their site. Okay, so these are really, as you do that, you do really want to think about your marketing strategy as well as your marketing funnel, how you want to create the different campaign to meet your different objective. Okay. Okay, now while custom audience can help advertisers such as yourself to reach the campaign objective, one thing very, very important and that Facebook values is really digital privacy. So most of you may ask, right, how does Facebook keep data source, right? So there is this process called hashing, right? So it's I'm not going to go through in the technicalities of the hashing. So what it simply does, it will disguise your customer's data by turning it into short fingerprints that's impossible to reverse. Okay, so the result is a custom audience that the advertiser can reach with the ads. Okay, and it is also only stored in the ad account, and only authorized account admins can use them. So for those of you who are already running ads and you have created your custom audience, at one time, we were able to share the custom audience, but now we are not able to share them. It's only available within a ads account, okay? So even advertisers, right, you can't see the specific information about the individual in the custom audience, right? Only the approximate number of people within the audience that you have created. Okay, now this slide just shows you how the data hashing works. So it's a process, right, like we said, where it transforms the string of characters into a fixed length value or key that represents the original string. Okay, just very infographically to show you how this works. Okay, so you have the advertiser's browser. So like us, when we run ads from the browser. Okay, so it will then, you have your target audience where you upload it onto Facebook, right? Facebook will then hash the data within the browser level. Okay, after the data is hashed, it will be uploaded to Facebook, and Facebook will then match it against its data. Okay, the data will then be added to a custom audience, and the match and the unmatched hashes will then be deleted. So in a nutshell, this is really how it works. So just to let you know that your data is secure and private. Okay. All right, just to recap what we've shared this session. So reaching the right audience, okay, with your ads is really critical for the success of your campaign. Okay, do give some thought about your audience before you start advertising. So one thing that I do with my client is really we go through the customer persona, really understand who he or she has served, who he or she wants to serve. So with that in mind, then only you're able to craft and create and run a successful campaign. Okay, so you can create 3 kinds of audiences in your ads manager. The first audience is your core audience. Second one would be your custom audience. And finally, you can also create a lookalike audience. Okay, so when you create your custom audience and your lookalike audience, do remember that you must upload your customer data to Ads Manager. Okay, and finally, just to reiterate that Facebook will hashes the data to keep it safe. Okay. All right. So the next section we're going to talk about is selecting your ad placement and your format. So what are ad placement? Okay, ads can appear in different places online. So we refer to those places as ad placement. Now, when you create your ads in Ads Manager, it will appear in a variety of placement. So you can actually show your ads to only Facebook, to only Instagram, or if you don't want to make any choices, you can also even let Facebook choose where they're likely to perform best. And for that, what you want to do is you want to just select the automatic placement, which is available to you in the Ads Manager. Okay. So this is just an example, right, to show you where people will see your ad. Your ads can be shown on a Facebook news feed, mobile or desktop. Okay. It will be shown on the right column. So right column is only available to desktop. It can't be shown on a mobile, obviously, right? It can be shown on, you can choose for it to be shown on Instagram feed, Instagram stories. You can also choose to have it to be shown only on Messenger inbox. So the objective is a Messenger ad. Okay, now let's look at the different ad formats for you to choose. So picking an ad format is really your creative options. Okay, there are several different formats which is available in Ads Manager, and you can play around with them to see which ones will actually which your audience will actually respond to. So some of the example is that collection. So collection is where you can have both images, still visuals, as well as videos together. If you choose the collection option, there is the option for just video ads. And the last one is what we call the carousel ads. It's a series of images. So some advertiser, what they do is they will make a long images and then they just crop it so that it's like a continuous images on the carousel format. Okay. So the important thing is no matter which format you choose, these are some creative tips for you. Okay. What you want to do is, we are so busy, right? I mean, research shows all of us, we have the attention span about only 3 seconds. That is like less than a goldfish. So a goldfish has an attention span of 7 seconds. So we only have an attention span of like 3 seconds. And we are on social media most of the time. How do you then stop someone who is scrolling through the Facebook feed to actually pay attention to your ad? So what you want to do is you want to really have an image that really captures their attention. So you want to hook them with your images. Okay, you want to then have a content that captures the attention as well. Do incorporate your brand identity early and have a recognizable characters of product so that when the audience sees the ad, they know it's from you. Okay, so do keep the message simple as well. As we've discussed, people move through content very quickly. So you want to consider what messages is most important so that you capture them immediately. Okay. So the headline is very important. So, okay, so what you want to do is do spend more time on the headline. Okay, images also, if you are able to get those images that's able to capture attention, that will also help you get more eyeballs, right? Yep. So some tips is have a simple message. Now, if you are running a video ads, what we suggest you to do is design for both sound off and sound on. So there are research that shows that many users, many viewers actually watch a video throughout without putting on the sound. So do add subtitle on your video so that you allow those who is watching it with sound off to finish consuming your content. Okay, so you can also experiment with framing. So what this means is that although you run your ads on the story, the Facebook story format, you can actually change it to 3D framing effect, vertical video, step vertical video, and etc. And the other thing is, when we are online, when you're social, right, a lot of things we talk about is content creation. So a lot of people actually have this question, oh, how do I create more content and all that? So what you want to do is you can also repurpose your creative. Okay, so not all content needs to be new. You can always maximize it by repurposing your own existing assets. Okay, for example, if you have a long video, what you want to do is you can also just cut it shorter for the different platform. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the ads review process. Okay, so after you have created your ads, right? You selected your objective, you selected your audience, you have uploaded your visual as well as your text. So the next step is really you click on the publish button and it will then be reviewed. Okay, so how is it being reviewed? So now ads are reviewed for the following points. Okay, so the ads will be reviewed for the images, for the text, the targeting and positioning, as well as now if you are running an ad that goes to a landing page or website, the content of the landing page will also be reviewed. Okay. Now, then why is your ad not approved? Okay, now your ad may not be approved. For example, if the landing page content is not functional, okay, maybe you click on the ad, it goes to a 404, so then your ads will not be approved. Or your ad says, you're selling a water bottle, but when it goes to your landing page, you're selling a t-shirt, so it doesn't match, so it'll be disapproved. Or the landing page doesn't comply with Facebook's advertising policies. Okay, so these are some of the reasons your ads may not be approved. And now once your ad is reviewed, you will receive a notification on your page to tell you that it's approved and it's now running. Okay, so once it's approved and your ad starts to run, you can then see the results in your ads manager. All right, so very straightforward. Now, your creative here means your image. Okay, it should not include a misleading buttons. So what happened was some advertisers, what they do is that they have an image with the video play button, but it's just an image. It doesn't place a video. So that is not allowed because it's misleading. You are also not allowed to have a before and after images. Because why not, right? Because like, for example, you show a side by side comparing dramatic weight loss, right? So it is, yeah, so it can be seen as misleading. So this is not allowed. Sexually suggestive images, not allowed. Shock and scare tactics, images that are scary, gory, sensationalized are also not allowed. Too much text. This one is still debatable because at one time, right, if your image has more than 20% text space, then the images, it's automatically not allowed and the reach will be impacted. But they are currently, right, some advertiser did manage to put a little bit more text on the image and it's still doing fine. But again, right, with ads, as you all know, is always about testing, yeah? All right. Okay, so that is basically my last slide for the session today. But before I go, I did mention to you about Facebook Malaysia's Digital Marketing Associate Certification Program, just to share a little bit about this program. Okay. So if you take this program, what it does is that you will be able to expand your digital marketing skills and get trained by a local Facebook certified trainer. So this program is actually ongoing. So every week we have about 3 sessions. The next one, so today is there's one coming in this Saturday, which I will be taking through. So if you want, do join me, you get to see me again. So you will also stand a chance to get a complimentary exam voucher and become the Facebook certified professional. Okay, so there is a fee to take the exam, but yeah, for this time there is a promotion by Facebook Malaysia, and you will get a complimentary exam voucher. And not only that, finally, the most important and exciting part is really you will get a Facebook limited swag if you are the first 200 to pass the exam by end of September. Now, so the swags are really, really nice. Yeah, so a little bit of a promo. You have the t-shirt, the recycle bag, a leather mouse pad, tumbler, and etc. Yeah, you can actually add me on Facebook, and I will share that picture on my feed after today, so you can see how it looks like. Okay, so just very quickly, this is how you become the certified professional. Okay, I'm not going to go through all this step by step. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you this screen over here. Okay, you could either take a screenshot. The QR code will just bring you directly to the landing page, and you'll get more information on how to get certified, how to claim your voucher. And once you have passed your exam, you will be able to then get the swags. Okay. All right. I think that's all from me.
Okay, super cool. I think someone just asked, like, what do the fees look like for the exam that you just talked about?
Okay, if you take it on your own, right, it's a USD 45. Yeah, but for now, Facebook Malaysia actually give you a complimentary voucher. Yeah, so I'll just go back to the previous screen. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Vivian, we actually have like let me see, we have 42 questions that came in for your session. We obviously won't be able to answer all of them, but we'll just do the ones that have been liked. So you guys, you can actually go through the questions. If you like them, just click on the like button and you'll bump it straight to the top. So we will answer those first. Okay, so this one is from Amira. Actually, Kenneth's question just came in. You guys are so fast. Okay, so the question is, hi Vivian, given now that Facebook doesn't allow marketers to target people below 18 years old by applying detailed interest targeting, if you really have to run 2 separate campaigns with different amounts of budget and different messaging, but still targeting the same group of people below 18 years old with the same objective, what is your suggestion to prevent the 2 campaigns from competing against each other?
Okay, I would need to actually break this down question bit by bit so that I understand fully. So Kenneth, he started out by saying that Facebook do not allow you to target people below 18 years of age, which is true. I believe even people below 18 years of age are actually not allowed to have a Facebook account, right? So, okay, so you ask, so that is I would assume it's a separate questions, right? So if you have to run 2 campaign with different amount of budget, different message. Actually, right, Kenneth, first thing first, what is your objective, right? So if you look at the campaign structure that we've shared, you have the campaign level, ad set level, as well as the ads level. Okay, now if you are running a, say now is September, right? September 99 just passed. Let's say you're running a 10-10 promotion. You have a 10-10 products that you want to sell, right? So what you can do is you can have that under a campaign, and you can then segment your target audience in the ad set level. Okay, and then in the ad set level, because you have already segmented the audience to the two different audience segment. Either you segment them by location, by age. So at the ads level, you're then able to write that messages that sort of talks to that audience that you have specified. I hope I answer your question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So that's Kenneth's question. Now this one's from Amira. Amira's question is, hi Vivian, we've created a landing page for our promo campaign and we are currently running Facebook ads with the objective, traffic and optimize landing page view. It seems to have no results for the landing page view. Should we change the objective to traffic and optimize for link clicks? We're kind of confused somehow whether to choose optimize for landing page view or optimize for link clicks.
Okay, can I see that question? Because it's a bit long.
Okay, so just click on Q&A. It should be right on top. This one is from Cheno Amira at 11:21 a.m.
Oh, Cheno Amira. Okay, so you have a landing page promo campaign. You have traffic optimized for landing page view. Okay, so when running ads, right, it's actually quite a bit of a moving part. So one of the things you can test is really like what you mentioned rightly, the objective. The other thing is you want to also check would be your budget. And the other thing is really your audience size. So you may then want to play around with these different options first before you then choose your, optimize for the other objective and optimization. Because again, it really is different moving parts, right? Yeah. Okay, hope I answered your question.
Great. So this one just got bumped straight to the top. This one is from Chong Yong. So it says, hi, I have a case here. Well, you guys are sending in very, very long questions, which is great if we had more time.
Right. We need to sort of understand and segment the questions.
Yeah, okay. So the question is, this Facebook page was new and started from zero audience since May. It started from running friendly page for 2 months and started business page in June with minimum ads with the amount of, I think it's 60 ringgit a day. The result is quite satisfying after 5 months. Take note, there is no landing page for this brand. However, now due to some reason, this page would like to KIV for a period. May I know if it's advisable to do so? And will it affect the algorithm when I restart the page after 3 months?
Technically, it will not affect the algorithm. Yeah, so yeah, I think if it's a business decision, then yeah, go ahead with it.
Okay, very nice. That's a very, very long question, but thank you so much for making it, taking the time to make it detailed. So this one is from Sue. Okay, this is a very popular question. I'm sure a lot of us would like to know. The question is, what is the difference between a Facebook Ads Manager and Business Suite?
Okay. Now, a business suite, right? Okay, so some of you will have the option of a business suite, and some of you may have the option of a business manager. Now, component within the business suite and the business manager, right? So for every one of us, our Facebook profile, we are all we do have like a Facebook Ads Manager associated with all our profile. So when you run ads, okay, and you run it in your Ads Manager, it's just associated with your profile. So Business Suite give you more options. You're able to do more things. You can have your pixel over there. You're able to access your Creator Studio where you can create your post and have it posted directly to both your Facebook, Instagram. You can have your inboxes within the place, so you don't have to go into Insta or Facebook to answer messages that comes in. So you can all access it within your business suite. Yeah, so so you can access your Ads Manager from Business Suite. So Ads Manager is part of a business suite. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. And the question after that is asking, what's the difference between Ads Manager and Ads Center? So you've already told us what Ad Manager is. So where does the Ads Center fit into this whole equation?
Yeah. So Facebook, right, recently has a bit of a change. You can access your Ad Center from your business suite, right? So it's really kind of like terminology differences. Yeah, so it's really, yeah, it's just a place where you can run ads. Yeah, so you can access your ads. So if you are in business suite, then when you go to Ad Center, then you will be able to also access your Ads Manager. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Let's take this one from Ethan. I think we can do maybe another one or two more before we have to wrap things up. So this one is from Ethan. Ethan's question is, because age targeting is compulsory while setting up campaigns, and also now detailed targeting, custom available if we want to target audiences below the age of 18. Please advise on how we can work around it if we really need to target the audiences which are below age 18. Thanks. What are you guys up to? Are all below 18? What
actually,
is this?
this is very interesting question. So as we all know, those age below 18 can't really have a Facebook account, right? And if you go to Ads Manager, there are no age lower than 18. So if you do want to target those that's below 18 using Facebook, technically the direct answer is no, you can't do that because it's not available to you. So the other thing you may want to do is, I am not familiar with other platforms, whether you can actually target those below 18. So the other option would be marketing. We talk about marketing wise, we don't talk about Facebook ads, and we talk about marketing wise, right? You could do, the normal, how you collaborate with other business owners, nursery, childcare, tuition center, those below 18. But again, it depends on, what are you selling, Ethan? Why do you want to target those below 18?
Okay,
high school education, right? So Ethan, that is a very good question. So that is why we ask you to understand your target audience. Those that is in high school, education industry. So who are you targeting actually? Are you targeting those under 18 or are you B2B? Yeah, so you need to understand, right? So when you target, when your customer you serve are really those between the age of, let's say, up to even 12, you're not really targeting them, you're actually targeting their parents, because they are the people that actually pay the money. They actually decide where they want to send their kids. So the kids are able to submit their proposal, right? Hey mom, I want to go here, but the eventual decision really, the paymaster, right? Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, so I think what you meant also is, you can work with tuition center, you can target the parents. Yeah, so I think that's something that you may want to consider. Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, we do have a small pool of teenagers who like to fake their age so they can get on Facebook. I know one or two. So I think if you're trying to target those, like Vivian said, it's not really conducive, because at the end of the day, they can say, Mom, I want to go here, and your mom says, no, you're going to be a doctor or an engineer, So like these kind of things change. So Sue also mentioned in the comments itself, target the parents. So not children under 18.
Yeah, so the other option for you is maybe, do what Martin says, do an SEO. Yeah, or do a Google ads, whereby, kids now, they're very savvy, right? They go on YouTube, you can do a YouTube ads. So yeah, so maybe that would be an option for you.
But yes, I understand the appeal also of targeting these teenagers, because you create the interest in that. But like we mentioned before, it comes down to who's footing the bill at the end of the day. So Ethan also came up with another question that says, does a longer or shorter caption work better when it comes to running ads on Facebook? And also, would you recommend to include emojis, hashtags in the caption? And do you think this will affect the advertisement's performance?
Ethan, this is a very good question, a question that a lot of people ask. But again, right, it does depend on your audience. So there are some audience that prefer longer captions. So some audiences, right, with longer caption, because they read all your captions, so they are more quality, if you get what I mean. So because again, we are very short attention span, right? So if you have shorter caption, people just see and they click, it may not be as quality. But again, the best way to really answer your question is for you to test it out. So what you want to do is you can then test same images, one with a longer caption, one with a shorter caption, same target audience. You will then be able to know which one works better for you. Yeah, and if in terms of emoji, right, again, another good question, I will also suggest you to test it. From my own experience, I do see better results if I add an emoji, but again, you do need to test it with your audience. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Because, we have people who are slightly older, and then you have those who are on TikTok, Instagram, who are more interested in seeing emojis, because there's a certain nuance to it. It actually reflects better what you're trying to say. It sets the tone. So I understand why you want to use that. But Vivian, let's see, it's 12:15. Okay, we're just going to take one last one, you guys. I promise this is the very, very last one here before we wrap things up, because there's so many good questions coming in. So this one is from Dennis. He says, "Hi, Vivian, I'm Dennis. I have read an article that shows Gen Z is more active using Facebook rather than Gen Y or Gen X, sorry, they're talking about Gen X. Let me just read that again. I read an article that shows that Gen X is more active using Facebook than Y or Z generations. If we want to target Gen X on Gen X, Facebook will be the best platform to use. But how do we advertise to people from Gen Y and Gen Z while we are using Facebook in that sense?"
So then you must, again, understanding your avatar is really, really important. So for your generation Y and generation Z, right, what would actually capture the attention? So there is a good way. So if you were to go to the audience meter, you're able to see like an approximate audience size for you. So now if you understand your audience well, you would be able to know what sort of makes them tick in that sense, right? So even within, if you don't already know, from Facebook, you can actually choose to show your ads on the Instagram platform only. Okay, and before this, you need an Instagram account to run ads on Instagram, but now you can use just your Facebook page to show ads to Insta. So you may want to again try out and test out. Yeah. Okay.
All right, that's really, really good. Okay, so just now I actually noticed someone in the chat. They asked, going back to the Facebook exam, they were asking, is it only open to Malaysians or is it international?
So the badge is recognized internationally wherever you are, but it's just that now for Malaysians, so Facebook Malaysia has this promo whereby, yeah, so I think the voucher and the swags are only for Malaysians. Yeah. Yep. So I did share that link. So for Malaysians here who would like to get the swags, please register. Yeah, I'll share the picture of the swags on my Facebook page, Facebook profile after this, so you can have a look. Very, very nice swags.
Okay. So everybody can get in touch with you via Facebook, correct? Is there anywhere else we can find you?
Yeah, I'm also on LinkedIn. So I'm just gonna put my link on the chat as well. Yeah. Over there.
Please do. Okay, so there you have it. Vivian, it was so nice talking to you. You had wonderful insight. Thank you so much for taking us on a journey through Facebook. Most of the time it's something that's so confusing to all of us. As you can see, so many questions came in, looking for clarity. But I think given the time, you did an absolutely wonderful job. So thank you so much for being part of Marketing Fest Asia 2021. It was nice to meet you, and I hope to see you again really soon.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you soon. Keep in touch.
Okay, please do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, Vivian.
Bye.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.